Hi everyone, this is Edward of Childhood Books of Child, and today we're reading The 100 Simple Secrets of Successful People by David Niven Ph.D. Now today we're reading chapter 77, Value Practical Knowledge. Now this was pretty straightforward. Essentially it states that a lot of people leave school, millions of people finish school every year, full of confidence and arrive in workplaces realizing they just don't know anything about working, essentially. The story they have is about a musician that got out and was quite thrilled to do the first song. Used a pretty experienced producer and recording company, but ended up getting rejected because at the end of it, the inexperience made it more of the producer's song, not their own. And when they actually put in the time, recorded their own song the way they wanted to do it, they got a lot more success that way. So they first had to go through the nitty-gritty of it and actually get their own experience. The case study they have is by, and this is a long list, Sternberg, Forsyth, Headland, Horvath, Wagner, Williams, Snook, and Grigorenko in 2000. So that's eight names on that study. That's quite a lot. Knowledge gained through workplace experience was 6 times more important than grades earned in school in predicting job performance of new employees. Now, I'm not even gonna beat around the bush. Yes, work experience absolutely demolishes academic experience from everything I've seen. It is like ragdolling levels of crush. Work experience, practical experience is just so lopsidedly more useful than academic experience. If anything, my experience in the workplace profoundly reduced my respect for academics. Just seeing how, isolated and almost self-aggrandizing academics are, the way people dress up so, I want to say, pompously with all the robes and ceremonies and everything. It's just basically an own pat on the back. Academics are really, it's nowhere near as useful as the practical knowledge of doing the stuff. It helps break ground on some innovations. It helps focus research and development with less influence of, how shall I say, corporate interests, shall we say, but yeah, you'll see if you're not working, you'll see pretty soon if you start working. Academics might have a good advantage for about the first, if you're lucky, half a decade. If you're lucky, if you're in a field that has a particularly high barrier of entry, academically speaking, like a STEM field, then yes, your performance in the time that you're actually studying will have an impact, but it will be overwhelmed by superior work experience in time for the overwhelming number of people that I've seen. If they didn't stay, fixated on working hard and gaining experience in the workplace, because workplace doesn't wait for you the way a classroom does. Classrooms go quite fast paced, but the workplace, they go way faster. So it'll, in my opinion, it rounds it. I've met people literally with no formal education that were able to do certain very high level, how shall I say, tasks typically reserved for half a decade of study, and they were able to not only do it but explain it in a level of competency and aptitude that make them near indistinguishable from people who actually did the studies. That shocked me. That really surprised me. So work experience can really give you a astonishing level of knowledge if you actually go at it and not resent it. It really surprised me. I would definitely say practical knowledge, it has a slight drawback, but it rapidly, I think for all fields, by the time you get half a decade to a decade in, your practical experience. They won't even look at your education in a CV if they're worth anything. They'll likely not even look at your education because it just doesn't matter. It practically at that point in time, all that matters is, to a degree, your licensing, your professional credentials, but mostly your experience, your ability to actually do what's required in your particular field. So I've got massive respect for people who develop themselves in the field. It's very admirable. But yeah, this has been chapter 77 of the 100 Simple Secrets of Successful People by David Niven Ph.D. This has been Edward of Chart of Books of Chart. We've just completed another chapter of this fantastic little book, so I hope you had a good day. I hope you have an even better day after hearing this, and thank you very much. This has been Edward of Chart of Books of Chart. Bye bye.